Well, hey everyone, and welcome to another mental health moment. It's good to be with you today. And today I want to share with you about how I've been thinking about 4 words. They just keep going through my mind. And they're these words: I am in process. Friends, I think when we sit with the reality of that, it really allows grace, God's grace, to flood in. That if I can hold on to, I am in process as it relates to how I re-engage after COVID-19 and quarantining, as it relates to my marriage and parenting my kiddos, that I am in process as it pertains to grieving and losses I've experienced, loved ones that have left way too quickly, and then leaning into anti-racism. Friends, it also is where I grab a hold of that I am in process as that connects to conflicts that I may enter in with people around me. It's as if I'm adding another piece bit by bit to my view of myself, of God, of others, and this life and world we live in. It's me being an unfinished person, being then used by God to impact and interact with other lives of unfinished people. And when I can acknowledge that that's true for me, and then begin to see that that's true for the person across from me, it changes everything, because then there's compassion that enters in with me as well. You know, I once heard it said that when you climb a mountain, you do it step by step, but what matters most is the step you are taking now. And if you think about it, how true is that? If I'm focusing on that step up high and then I'm not looking at where my feet are trying to fit within the crevice of the mountain, I will lose my footing and there will be no chance of scaling the mountain. But if I take note of the step, the important step that's right here, and I get my foot right in that space of sure footing, in the crevice of this mountain, and then I grab a hold of the handholds, I'm able to pull myself up and then get to that next place. That's a process. Well, there's a mountain to climb individually, certainly collectively, and we mustn't turn away. We need to take a first step. We need to take this very current step and then focus on another, and yet the next one. And each step is crucial, it's really important, and each step is needed. Friends, I wonder if you're like me and you've thought through ways of how you might have seen yourself interact with others or handled stressors in the midst of this pandemic. But then also if you're like me and you wondered, oh, what do I do? How do I respond to this unrest that our world is facing, this tremendous hurt that our Black brothers and sisters are experiencing? And I wonder if you're like me, where you see, I am in process individually, and then the person across from me is in process. And for me, that has changed everything, because there's grace for me, a breadcrumb by breadcrumb to pick up, and then there's grace that I see for my brother or my sister across from me, bit by bit, step by step for them as well. And I'm able to enter in with more self-compassion and also more compassion for another. Oh man, I love the author Henry Nouwen, and he writes this: compassion asks us to go where it hurts, to enter into the places of pain, to share in brokenness, fear, confusion, and anguish. Compassion challenges us to cry out with those in misery, to mourn with those who are lonely, to weep with those in tears. Compassion requires us to be weak with the weak, vulnerable with the vulnerable, and powerless with the powerless. Compassion means full immersion in the condition of being human. Let that sink in with you. Compassion is immersing myself fully in the condition of being human, for myself, for my brothers and sisters. Friends, we follow the best teacher, and I think he was process-minded. Listen to what he says in John 16 before he departs from his followers. I have much more to say to you, more than you can now bear. But when he, the Spirit of truth, comes, he will guide you into all the truth. He will not speak on his own. He will speak only what he hears, and he will tell you what is yet to come. He will glorify me, because it is from me that he will receive what he will make known to you. All that belongs to the Father is mine. That is why I said the Spirit will receive from me what he will make known to you. And then Jesus went on to say, in a little while you will see me no more, and then after a little while you will see me. There's a process, bit by bit, step by step, but it's absolutely necessary for us to keep following those breadcrumbs of grace for ourselves, for each other, as we lean into grief, anti-racism, conflict, marriages, parenting, re-entry. Will you grab a hold of those 4 words with me? I am in process.